皆さんこんにちは。毎日少しずつ社交に使える英語の上達を目指すソーシャルイングリッシュポッドキャストへようこそ。今日はぜひもっと自信を持って英会話してみましょう。 Are you ready, Parsi? Let's go!
Thank you for that warm and awesome introduction, Hikari. Thank you for that. Today, everyone, I am so pumped up for today's episode of the Social English Podcast, where we help you improve your social English, conversational social English on a day-to-day basis every single day. Yes, okay. So I'm ready for this today. All right. I hope you are too. Okay, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about social English and how to tell someone about some of your experiences in life. So, I want you to think about me and you just sitting down at your favorite cafe, having some coffee, and talking about this conversation. Okay? Just relax and listen to me as I talk about today's topic. Now, sometimes it is good to learn how to talk about some of your experiences in life. If you want to talk to a native English speaker like me, and you want to tell me how you had a great time on a trip, how you went to Kenya, how you went to the mountains, how you went swimming or diving in the ocean, something like that, and you really want to express yourself and talk to me and tell me how you enjoyed yourself. Well, remember, during these regular conversations, you may want to tell someone about what you did while you were traveling on that trip. During these conversations, you may want to detail how you felt and if anything that happened while you were on the trip that was interesting and you thought the person that you were talking to in your conversation would think it was interesting too. You really want to make the conversation not only interesting, but the conversation fun to the listener. Now, in the below case, which we will talk about shortly, a Japanese learner of English asked how to fix a dialogue that he wanted to practice to do this very thing. What he wanted to do was tell a story about a snowboarding trip that he had. But he didn't want to just talk about the snowboarding trip. He also wanted to talk about something that happened on the trip. What happened was that he got injured and he hurt himself during the snowboarding trip. So let's review what he wanted me to correct. Okay, here is his dialogue. This is what he said. I have a muscle pain because I did snowboarding last weekend. I feel fresh now. One more time. This is what he said. I have a muscle pain because I did snowboarding last weekend. I feel fresh now. Now, maybe as you are listening to that passage, you are listening to that dialogue. That is the conversation that he wanted to say. That's what he wanted to say to someone by telling his experience. Now, you may hear some problems with that dialogue already. So, let's look at this particular dialogue in two parts. Okay? First, the first part. This is the phrase, I have a muscle pain because I did snowboarding last weekend. Okay? The first part, I have a muscle pain because I did snowboarding last weekend. Let's look at an eikaiwa gakko, or an eikaiwa school response to this question. I have pain in my muscles because I went snowboarding last weekend. One more time. I have pain in my muscles because I went snowboarding last weekend. Okay, great. This is a really good answer. Okay? This is a really good way to talk about your snowboarding trip and what happened during it. Okay? So this is a great, perfect example of a normal modern day English response. However, let's look at social English. And the social English response is what you would hear amongst someone that you're having a conversation with, that you are friendly with, and they're friendly with you, and you're in a social environment and in a regular environment. Okay? This could be at a coffee shop, at a bar, at school, at a college, university. So this is what you would hear also as a response. Actually, you would hear this probably more often, okay? Here is the social English version. My muscles are killing me from snowboarding last weekend. Okay? One more time. My muscles are killing me from snowboarding last weekend. Okay? All right. So, what was one of the big differences in that particular passage? What I said there was I used the phrase, my muscles are killing me. Now, your muscles aren't killing you literally. They aren't actually killing you, but this is a phrase of what we call colorful, expressive language that makes the conversation more fun and interesting. This is why in social English, you will hear someone say, my muscles are killing me, or my back is killing me, or my leg is killing me, my shoulder is killing me. So it just means that you have a lot of pain in that area of your body. Okay? That is the social English response. Okay, now let's look at the next part of that passage. The next part of that dialogue is the original Japanese learner of English and his dialogue. What he said was, I feel fresh now. One more time. I feel fresh now. What I believe he was trying to say was something along the lines of he was genki or he felt genki. Something like that. But let's look at an eikaiwa gakko or eikaiwa school response to that exact same passage, okay? So let's talk about that. Now, at the eikaiwa, you would hear, now I feel good. One more time, you would hear, I feel good. Okay, great. So that is your eikaiwa response. That is a regular, correct version of what the Japanese learner was saying. I'm good, meaning that you feel recovered, you feel better than before when you hurt your muscles. Now, let's look at the social English phrase, okay? The social English phrase would be, but I'm good now. Okay? But I'm good now. Okay, did you see or actually hear the difference? Yes, so the difference was the phrase, I'm good. Okay? So I'm good is an overall phrase you would hear in social English, especially in American social English. I'm good, meaning that whatever the situation is, whatever the thing that could make you injured or hurt or something bad that you tell someone in a previous sentence, that the result is you are recovered. You are back to normal. So you went from the bad thing to now you're in the good thing. So you yourself are good. So I'm good. That is a conversational social English term you will hear currently in spoken English. I'm good. Okay? So the phrase is I'm good. Okay? I'm good. Okay? Now, the total social English phrase for this particular correction, but I'm good now. Okay? Now, did you hear or learn some great things out of that? Yes? I believe so. And I hope so. Now, let's go ahead and review all of those particular phrases, and we'll start from the beginning and we'll compare the full sentences now. The full, starting with the original sentence from the Japanese learner of English. Then we will go to the Eikaiwa response and then the social English response. Okay, are you ready? Let's start. Okay. The original. I have a muscle pain because I did snowboarding last weekend. I feel fresh now. I have a muscle pain because I did snowboarding last weekend. I feel fresh now. Correct English. Eikaiwa. I have pain in my muscles because I went snowboarding last weekend. Now I feel good. I have pain in my muscles because I went snowboarding last weekend. Now I feel good. A modern approach, social English. My muscles are killing me from snowboarding last weekend, but I'm good now. My muscles are killing me from snowboarding last weekend, but I'm good now. Okay, and there you have it. That is how you can express your snowboarding trip or any trip that you had or anything that you did, and talk about being injured and now that you feel better or you are better and you are no longer injured. Okay? And that is going to do it all for today's Social English podcast episode. Thank you for joining me today. Now remember, you can apply to become a guest on our show and ask me any question that you'd like. You can apply at realsocialenglish.com. Can't wait to hear from you there. And you can also get our guide, the 7 problems that most Japanese English learners, okay, the 7 issues, 7 problems that happen with most Japanese English learners. Okay, you can get that free report and download that at realsocialenglish.com. All that we ask for is in contact email so we can keep you up to date with all our newest, greatest episodes, podcasts, and everything else that can help you become a better natural speaker of English in your journey to speaking better, clearer, natural English. Okay, great. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Peace and later.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイトrealsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。 バイバイ See you next time! バイバイ